Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are back with American Truck Sim once again. We are down here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are going to be heading up to Loudon, New Hampshire. We're going to use Manchester as our stopping point because that's the only one I have on the map. It's about a 15-hour drive up there. We have a double header this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. Truck is fueled up, all beautifully ready to go. Let's hop on board, start her up, and hit the road. Figure before we do that, actually show you where the route that we're taking. We're going to go to 77 up to 81, take 81 all the way up to 78, up to 95, which will bring us all the way up to Manchester. 878 miles. A pretty good journey if you ask me. Forgive my noises that I make. I am still trying to overcome a cold. And I thought that I had beaten it this morning, and lo and behold, here we are. So this is more or less back-to-back weekends of us driving up there. Last week you guys actually saw a time-lapse from us heading from Virginia up to Connecticut for the Willow Modified Tour, and this weekend's a doubleheader with the Northeast Classic, the 4th annual Northeast Classic, I should say. We've got two cars in the back. We've got our Willow Modified Tour car for, ooh, somebody pulled over right on the on-ramp. Let's get over there. For the Open Modified division that is up there. We also have our super late model car we're going to join the American Canadian Tour for this race. I think this is the only one that we're going to be joining them on. I think they might do a couple events at Oxford. I'm up in the air if we're going to join those or not. But I am excited for the Open Modified event more than anything because we've been on a roll with Modifieds this year. Now, I haven't had the most luck at Loudon, so I'm hoping that some will kind of kick in maybe this week. Whoops. Forgot to reset our trip. That's okay. It's a couple miles off. I hate these lack of on-ramps here. So I feel like I got to come like a bat out of hell to get on there. But it should be a pretty good drive today. I hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I am. This is actually the closest that I've filmed one of these for a long time. You guys will be seeing this tomorrow. Today is Saturday. Filming it today, and tomorrow you'll see it. I've just been so busy this week with finishing up theater and dance with their show, making sure that it's all set to go. I was on duty last night to cover the show for some extra cash, and today I've got an opera up north to get a little bit of extra cash, and then tomorrow is strike for them. Then next week I have 3 separate shows. The week after I have 2 separate shows, and then boom, hey, guess what? We're in Dover. So, actually, to talk about on the truck sim front, we'll be going to Talladega, out in Alabama, next week. And the following week, we'll be going back up north once again to Delaware. So, a lot of miles getting put on the truck this year, which is cool, actually, I think. I think it's actually pretty neat to rack up the miles and take the trips with you guys. I was debating if I was going to make this a time lapse or not. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a voice, but I figured it was worth the effort to actually chit chat with you guys today and just kind of give an update on life. Like I said, we still have 14 and a half hours left to go, so it's going to be a long trip. We may cut out things here and there in the middle. I don't know yet. But yeah, let's see. What's going on in my life? Well, I'm sick and I work, and that's kind of about it. But it is finally starting to become nicer weather. What's also coming with nicer weather is that race season is going to be beginning here very shortly. Probably not today, because I'm pretty sure it's still raining outside. But today was supposed to be the first open practice at Monadnock Speedway. That is my home track. It's about 5 minutes down the road from where I currently live. It's 7 minutes down the road from where I'm going to be living later this year. So, 1, that's pretty cool. 2, what is that? It just looks like an orb with an air conditioner on top. Pay attention to the road. But yeah, open practice should be happening because the first race is next weekend, which I'm very excited for, which also kind of throws in a little bit of a monkey wrench of when I want to upload the race videos from Monadnock. Because, I don't know, I kind of got a schedule right now. We could change it. I could definitely change the schedule. I get so kind of set in my ways of how I like videos to come out, and, I'm going to have to restructure that just a little bit. I don't want to bombard you guys with a lot. Like, getting 2 race videos in a day sometimes can seem like a lot. You know, getting the American Truck Sim, like this one, and the vlog in the same day seems like it can be a lot. So, trying not to saturate you guys with content, which is funny because I remember when I first started this channel, it was 2 videos every day, 3 videos on the weekend. I have no idea how I had that much free time. It had to be because I had the summers off and I just had nothing to do but make content. I can't do that now. The vlogs are a little bit more complicated. They take a little bit more time. Racing obviously takes a little bit more time. I think it's probably because it used to be time trials, which are like these half-hour slots. You know, races now go anywhere between a half hour and like 2.5 hours. So I'm trying to be aware of that. Don't call me in. Hey! All right. On our way back from Thompson the other day when I was just cruising myself and just, you know, not making a video of it, I hit every inspection station. I didn't hit them. And there was nobody there. It's got a... Did I hit you? No. That's what we're going to go with. Plus, it's 70, my guy. You're going less than 60. So I'm just going to creep by here on the right side as we enter Virginia and get us up to an actual speed limit. Just sitting there in the left lane. But yeah, so actual racing's coming up soon. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully it can stop freaking raining and I can stop living in a rainforest. And I'll be able to start building my house again soon. I still do need to find somebody to finish the dormer and do the roof for me because, again, with my back injury, I don't want to risk falling again. Even with a fall arrest, you know, system, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to jar my body like that. So we've reached out to a couple people and they haven't gotten back to me. I've really got to kind of get serious about it this upcoming week before people start booking out way into the fall. Because that dormer needs to be finished, roof needs to be put on, windows in, and then we can start drawing the whole thing out. So then I can start working on electrical, plumbing, you know, insulation, data. I want to run data to a couple spots of the house. So we will see. I'm just hoping that I can actually get somebody out there to actually give us a hand with this. Like, again, everybody's busy, and I understand that, and there's fewer contractors than there used to be. Hi, Beasters. Bye, Beasters. Hi, Ellie Machiavelli. I see you wagging over there. Okay, you didn't have to get up off the comfy bed and come say hi, but I will give you pats. Sorry for the erratic driving. I have to pet the dog that's sitting right there in the passenger seat. She demands it, you know. Don't ever mistrust your oh my god, I'm getting so much mud off of you. Your co-pilot. And of course, with the non-stop rain, the ground has stopped absorbing the rain and keeping these massive, big, huge puddles. It's driving me crazy. So you're just covered in mud too. Little speckles of dirt everywhere. But yeah, I figured I'd film this before I have to head off to work. Got a National Theater event today. I call them operas because it's just the same place where I do the operas. So this one's a pre-recorded feed that I just have to play on. So pretty much I'm just monitoring a screen for some extra cash. So I'm all for that. Some other things that were kind of exciting, and I don't think I talked about in last week's drive, because I just don't think it lined up. I have a big project that might be in the works that I'm very excited about. And that would be the opportunity working through AMT Productions, which is the guy that I work and do extra work for, like the opera I'm doing today, he got a request to live stream 2 of the Wheel Modified races, as well as the open race at Monadnock Speedway. Now, he knows streaming. He does that. He does event production all around. But he doesn't know racing. He knows that I know racing. He knows that I am at Monadnock all the time. So we met with management at Monadnock, which is being leased out by JDV Productions this year. So we talked to him. He's going to get a quote out to him. And essentially, if we get this, I will be in control. That's crazy to think about. Of streaming and filming the Wheel Modified Tour. For the 2 ladder stops at Monadnock Speedway. They have 3 this year. Ooh, the speed limit just keeps going back and forth. Trying to be at least a little good. But, yeah. Ooh, are we really dropping down to 55? No, I didn't think so. Okay. So that'd be very exciting if we get that, because, you know, I will already be there as a fan anyways. But to be able to be there, you know, and running the filming of the event, that would be just so cool. So, yeah, that's one of the big things that's kind of sitting on my plate that I'm really excited for. The other thing that kind of came to me this week is, one, we're going to Dover so soon, and I can't believe that. But also, we're looking forward to September. And in September, we're taking our first vacation in 2 years. Now, our last vacation was when we went to Hawaii. We knew that was going to be a very big one, and it was amazing. We didn't take a vacation last year. We were busy building the house. Well, this year we're hoping to finish building the house, and I'm also hoping we'll be moved in by then. But we do have a vacation plan for this year. We've had a rollover credit with Disney Cruise Line for a while, so we've rolled that over to a 4-day cruise on the Disney Wish, which is their newest ship. The Treasure comes out in December. But I've wanted to go on this ship since it came out. It looks really cool. I think it's going to be still too many people for my liking. But that's why we're only going to do a 4-day with it. And then we started talking that we were thinking about possibly going to Disney World for a couple days beforehand. Now that's news to me. But I think that'll be awesome. Plus, with me getting ready to start production on our second channel, I really do look forward to... Oh, I'm going to need East, aren't I? A little bit heavy on the brakes. Still don't win with that. With starting the second channel, I'll be able to give a fresh review of the new policies at Disney World. I think are going to be pretty fantastic. So, looking forward to that in the future. I need my voice to get a little bit better. I need this cold to finally get itself out the door. And then maybe we can make that magic happen just a little bit. Get back up to speed here. Beautiful day for driving here. We're slated to get in around 2 a.m. The race actually got delayed. Friday, yesterday, was originally supposed to be practice day, which is today, as you can see. And Saturday was supposed to be the races. Now, unfortunately, rain was on the forecast as it was. It rained a lot yesterday on Friday. So they ended up moving the event to... Ooh, why am I going 85? Because I'm busy talking. Oops. So they moved the event to practice on Saturday, racing on Sunday. How this is going to kind of work, because I didn't really think about doing it this way, and that's my bad. They'll be doing heat races up in Loudon for the real event. We're going to be doing single lap qualifying. And unfortunately, the way that the maps line up with drivers' meetings, for the super late models, I'm actually not going to be able to make practice because I'll be in the drivers' meeting for the open modified. So for the super late model, we'll be starting in the rear. If I can find some speed, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that we can, wiggle our way through and make some good lap times. And maybe making it into the top 10, but, you know, even though they're the ones kind of, like, supporting the event, I'm more interested in getting the modified experience there. So, shooting for the win at Loudon when we go up with the Wheel Modified Tour. So, that is my hope for this trip. So, you won't see qualifying for the Super Late models. You'll see it for the Modifieds. We'll be starting in the back for Super Late models, and we'll see how we do with practice and qualifying for the Open Mod. So it's a fun, cool doubleheader weekend. It's a very long trip to go up and try to make it profitable. But if we have a pretty good finish on both, I'll say that it'll be worth the trip. Okay, how to make sure I'm going at good speed, but not enough to be pulled over when I pass the state trooper in front of me. Hopefully he'll be like, wow, that's a big truck. Cool, looks like a race car, and doesn't pull me over. We'll go from there. We'll take that as our basis, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so a lot going on in life right now. Let's get on over here. I'm not going to be in this lane for too long. You had to have just... Yeah, you just dropped. You can't grab me when it was that close. Come on. Plus, there was no sign indicating that the speed limit was changing. I keep it within 5. Usually. If it's 65, I'll go 72. Because, let's face it, in this day and age, 65 is just ridiculous. I realize I'm starting to lose my voice more, so... the audio commentary may die down. Pick up that speed. I was going to say, hopefully they'll get over out of the left lane, but we're going to take a little while to get up into our speed anyway. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a nice drive up there. It's just a lot of driving as of recently. You know, we went up to Thompson last weekend for the Willow Modified Tour, won that race. Now we're heading back up to New Hampshire to go back down to, then a quick jaunt over to Alabama. That one's fine. And then to go back up to Dover and back down. But I am happy enough to say that we will be running out of our New Hampshire shop in a couple weeks. And then I've got to kind of plan on how I want to reposition things. So we'll be running from New Hampshire with our F350 and our gooseneck trailer for the weekly races at at Stafford. We might be doing a couple races at Thompson. We'll also be using that to go up to Oxford Plains and stuff like that. More of a New England center while still running out of Charlotte, probably our Wheel Modified Tour, as well as our Xfinity Series team. But the super late model will move up north. We'll probably bring one of our open modifieds that we may rebrand as Monaco up north as well. So I got to figure out. Got to kind of figure that out. I think we just had a slam on the brakes here. Nothing good when it's a bus and an SUV. They seem to have it handled. Just I wish they'd get over to the side of the road so we didn't have to slam on our brakes in the middle of the highway. Hey, Nurse, what are you working at? Nobody's outside. It's rainy. Nobody wants to be outside. Except Ezzy, who's a disaster and a disgrace to everything. Hi, Baz. I'm talking about you. Oh, here she comes. No! You don't bark just because Ezzy gets up and walks across the house. She's covered in mud. Completely, head to toe, covered in stinky mud. Thanks, Ez. All right, now we're down to 60. Man, this mile per hour just driving me insane. We'll get there. Other things that I'm hoping to do this year as I'm kind of like looking forward. I really want to go to Six Flags. Like really bad. They're open for spring break here and there on a couple of the weekends, and I would love to be able to go, but I'm busy working every freaking weekend. It's driving me nuts. But you know, it's part of the gig that I signed up for. Summers are always busy. I just got to get more used to working easier during the school year, I guess, when my time's a little bit down. I mean, that's when I'm taking the vacation. So, I don't know. Got to get a little bit more into that. Hi, you're pulling on my headphones, Ella. What else is new? Oh, that's new and exciting. Finally, this week, it was finally announced our Aerosmith concert that was originally planned for this previous January in New York City has finally been rescheduled. It's been rescheduled for February next year, and I believe it is the second to last show on Aerosmith's farewell tour. So that's really cool to be able to say, like, I was at least close to the end. I'm not going to go up to, I think it's Wisconsin or somewhere in Canada for the very last show. I'm not going to travel that much. But to be able to see them on their last tour means a lot to me because, and that's why the Kiss one meant so much to me. Obviously, I've been a Kiss fan forever. They influenced why I do what I do now in show production. But that concert was Kiss and Aerosmith. So they've always kind of been in my heart, and I have not been able to go back to see Aerosmith. When they've been around on tour, it just has never worked out timing-wise. So I'm super excited to be able to see them one final time. Check it off my list before they call it quits. But then I kind of have that realization that the only band that I'm going to want to probably see live is Nickelback. I want to see Hardy. That's been new. He jumped into my life about a year and a half ago. So I want to see him at some point. Probably a couple odd ones here and there. But I'm an older soul of somebody who likes older, better, good music. Anybody who's out today does not interest me whatsoever. I did finally get into like an upcoming band. They were called the LA Maybe. They were great when they first came out pre-COVID. They made some really good music, but their lead singer became what looked like very self-destructive. I don't know all the details, so I don't want to really speculate on everything. Post-COVID, he kind of let himself go in physique shape. But as well as you definitely look like he was drinking more. He didn't look like he was grooming himself well. Like, it looked like it was destructive. And the band had made the announcement that they had to part ways with their lead singer, which can only tell me that stuff was hitting the fan. So they are rebranding as a country band, country rock, southern rock band. So I'm excited to see when their music and stuff comes out. But, you know, the LA Maybe was starting to make their way up. They have to start at the bottom again in this genre. So my fingers are crossed that maybe they'll do something, and maybe there'll be some more breakthrough artists that'll be worth the ridiculous price that it is to go see a concert here in 2024. Let's see, about 7.5 hours left to go, which seems pretty right. What I think I'm going to do, because I miscalculated a little bit on how long it was going to take for us to get up there, plus a little bit on how much I was going to have my voice. I think for now, we will jump forward to about 2 hours out. So I'll see you guys in about 5 hours. It's just, as you guys can tell, up ahead, it is going to be just barren wasteland as we travel north a little bit more. I gotta slow down. I get so involved in talking and I'm not paying attention. I'll put somebody's life in danger. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, we're about an hour and a half out from Loudon itself, so it's been a pretty good drive, besides a semi just a little bit further back, almost completely stopping in the middle of the road to go into the right side lane, and there was no blinker, so good AI on that American Truck Sim. I know, I can't ask for much. It is an older game, and the base core is pretty old. And they keep updating everything else, so it'll get there. It'll get there. But yeah, just about an hour away. Last week, what did we do last week for racing? We had the Xfinity Series and the Wheel Modified Tour. The Xfinity Series, I felt actually pretty good. We had a front of the pack car. I bet you we could have gotten up to a top 5. The highest we got was a top 6. Right before the end of stage 1, I was definitely having a lot more fall off. I didn't conserve my tires as much as I wanted to. And when I was past on the inside, I tried to get a little bit more get up and go off the corner to kind of like slingshot myself down the front stretch. Unfortunately, I got the rear end a little loose. I couldn't correct it. Hit the outside wall. It sent us into the inside wall, which completely messed up the front end. Pretty good. Went in, worked on it. I said, okay, we'll go out and make laps. We went out. I pretty much had no steering whatsoever. Finally, after stage 2 had started, we had gone out there, and unfortunately, the right front went down, had no steering whatsoever, and went completely into turn 3, came to stop at turn 4. So wrecking another car in the Xfinity Series is, again, just an embarrassment moment if you're going to put in all the time and not be involved in, like, the big one. Then we packed up and went up to Thompson. Thompson was an amazing weekend. Saturday, unfortunately, got rained out for everybody who was going to be working on land. Hello, New Hampshire. Welcome home, which is pretty cool. Once we were up at Thompson, we qualified on the pole. We had a fast car, felt like it was on rails. We kind of dominate Thompson whenever we're there. I think it's because I do so much race at Stafford, and it's pretty close. It's got its own line and its own quirks, but overall, I felt like it was a great weekend. We ran around in second and third for most of the race, but we were really kind of able to overpower at the end. We saved our stuff a lot, and I was able to come out with the victory close to the end. You know, it's one of those things of like, okay, you know, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to just shoot my shot and get as much as I possibly can out of it. And that's what we did. Hi, Manchester. How you doing? Our other shop, our New England shop, is right over there. We go up to a truck stop that's kind of up the way because there's not really an area big enough for the Featherlights to happily be that's not our shop already in the city. So I always try to make it a little bit more adventurous for us. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit because I don't want to pass them because I know that it's right up here. But yeah, doubleheader this weekend. Super excited about it. I really have been enjoying the super late model car, and I've been enjoying, obviously, the modifieds. Hoping to bring home some sort of hardware, but my biggest goal is to hopefully not break anything. So we'll see how well that goes. It's a tall ask, I know. But then shortly I'm going to have to head out to work as well, so I think it's going to be a perfect time to be able to film this. Hope you guys have enjoyed the drive up. I didn't know if I was going to put that in between where I wasn't on talking into a time lapse for you guys. I still don't know. And if you saw it, great. If you didn't, great. Ooh, they changed the Loudon truck stop. E. That should be okay. I can still make this work. We would get the whole infield, which is pretty awesome. Wow. Rude. That guy just went flying around us. All right. Because I am the first one here at what, 1 a.m.? Yeah, right before 1 a.m. I get the first parking spot. Neener, neener, neener. And of course, nobody's here to help me park, so I'm going to try. I want to be on the line as best as I possibly can. All right. Good enough to me. Let's... Sorry, I'm listening to that really quick. I know I'm at my parking brakes on. Sorry, I thought my brake pedal actually just broke. So I just had to check that out. Turn off truck. Lights off. Make sure windows are up. Okay. All right. Let's get a good night's sleep. We'll see you guys tomorrow for practice here at Loudon. All right. Welcome back. My wife's laughing at me because I can't clap into the microphone because it's having a sensor issue. And it gives me a little bit of distorted of voice if I do so. So I've been saying clap instead, and my wife's laughing at me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the trip up here to Loudon. This is going to do it for the American Truck Sim version of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week when we head off to Alabama with the Xfinity Tour. But that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and we really do appreciate your continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.